Good morning, World Changers. It is day 78 of the 100 Days of Self-Discovery Challenge. It's Monday morning again, and I'm wondering how you're feeling. Did you wake up full of the joys of spring today, or are you thinking, oh my God, it's Monday morning again? If you have woke up feeling like that, then you need to look at that and pay attention, because that is a signal that something in your life isn't serving you. We shouldn't, life is way too short to be feeling blue and miserable about the week ahead. Or miserable maybe might be too strong a word, but just not motivated or excited about the work that you're going to do or the activities, what lies ahead for you this week. So today's question might help you with the way you're feeling if you have woke up with the Monday morning blues. So today's question is, what is your greatest motivator? So when you think about this question, it's a good idea to break down your motivations for different areas in your life. So think about your work. What is your biggest motivator for your work? What is your biggest motivator for your relationships, for your family, for the house that you live in, the environment that you live in, the food that you eat, the activities, the hobbies, interests, those kind of things. What is motivating you? What is the motivating factor behind it? Is it love, joy for doing it? It gives you meaning, purpose, you just thrive on it, it lifts you up, it lights you up, it fills you with energy, it makes you feel amazing? Or is it something else? Is it fear? Fear that fear is often a motivator. Is it pain? Is it money driven? I'm thinking, especially with careers, often we get stuck in a rut of doing the same thing because that's the only thing we know, that's what we've always done. We get attached to the money because it's a stable income coming in. This fear of, what will I do if I don't do this? What else can I do? What if I try something else and it doesn't work and I don't get enough money? So there's all those kind of things. So think about what your motivating factor is behind all these different areas of life. To make it simpler, in terms of just doing this review, pick one area that is causing you, or is the area that you, in fact, pick two areas. Just thinking on my feet here. Pick two areas, one where you're really loving that aspect of your life, and pick the other area where you're not loving that area of your life, and work out what's motivating you, and think how the things that you're motivated to do that are bringing you joy, happiness, energy, abundance, and all the good feelings. Think about what you've done and what the motivating factor is behind that, and can you apply it to the other area of your life that is not serving you or bringing you joy or bringing you happiness? How could you use that motivating factor? So other things to reflect on when you've realised what it is that motivates you. Think about why it motivates you, really break it down and work out why you're motivated in that way. Think about how it motivates you and how it will help you to motivate others. So, I was going to say, if it's a positive, you can use that, to lead others. However, motivators, we can motivate others through pain as well, but I would not recommend that. It is not a way to get people to follow you in a positive way. In terms of what motivates me, my pattern has been, I've always been motivated by pain, and that's as in to move myself away from pain. So I've said in the videos, I've changed every aspect of my life because every single different thing was giving me pain. From the foods that I was eating were making me feel crap, they weren't serving my body, I was unwell and unhealthy, I wasn't thriving with energy. So I changed that aspect of my life. My career, you know, I had a great job, but there were certain aspects that were causing me a lot of pain, and that's why I eventually got to the place where I thought, I've got to work for myself, I've got to do something with more meaning and purpose and fulfillment. So that was my motivating factor, that I wanted to reach for that. But the pain was driving me to get out of that situation. So, you know, you can use pain as, you know, it's a negative motivator, but it's one that drives you, you know, because if you want to reach and get away from pain and reach for something better, and you can visualize what that life would be like, how it would feel to live that life, to change that element of that area of your life, then, you know, you've got two motivating factors there. It's the pain pleasure. So, you know, you're pushing away from pain, but walking away from pain, I should say, and pushing towards pleasure, which is a much nicer motivator. However, sugar always gives me a lot of pleasure as well, and that is not a good motivator. So you have to be careful about the pain pleasure, because the other thing, so looking at diet and nutrition, so I am currently doing 40 days of sugar-free, and yeah, I'm having all kinds of pain pleasure ups and downs, and it's been a really interesting observation, an experiment, because I'm finding that, you know, I'm having my little pity parties and my little moans, because I'm like, oh, there's no fun anymore, I can't have coffee and cake, and, you know, I feel like I'm denying myself stuff. However, I'm starting to feel better. I am loving the resilience I'm building in myself, that I'm able to, you know, control the cravings when they come on really strong. And I'm using these different motivators to achieve my goals. So, but it's an interesting thing to observe, and I'm learning quite a lot. I'm learning that do not go to the supermarket, because that is where you're just bombarded with images and messages and just on conditioning to buy me, buy me, buy me, and you will feel better. But none of it says you will feel better temporarily. You know, it's not, nothing in the supermarket is there apart from fruit and veg and all the organic foods saying, you know, buy me and you will have lifelong health. Everything is just saying, buy me now, have a quick fix, and you'll have temporary pleasure. So again, think about your motivations. Where are you being influenced, and how is that, you know, influencing your life, conditioning your thought process and your actions and your goals? So that's today's check-in. Yeah, love to hear your reflections on that. Feel free to share them below. I think it's a really interesting question to look at, you know, what motivates us, because sometimes it's not always obvious. You know, we think it's a certain thing, but when we unpick, often it's usually something completely different. And there are usually two things that drive us, and that's either love or fear. And if you use love or fear and think about your motivations and think, what box do they fit into, love or fear? And that's another interesting exercise that you can do. You can tap into this if you're going to spend a little bit more time on this. So feel free to share your comments here. Join our Change Your World Personal Development group, which is a private group on Facebook. You can share your comments there if you don't feel comfortable doing them publicly. Or you can send a message to me privately if you prefer that. I'm more than happy to hear your comments. I love to hear from people that are changing their world. So yes, and if you're enjoying this, please like, comment and share, and let somebody else change their world as well. So love you all, take care, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.